If you have ever been fascinated by real-life mysteries that sound like the plot of a Hollywood spy thriller, then buckle up, because the story of the Somerton Man is one of those cases that has continued to baffle experts, journalists, detectives, and curious minds for more than 75 years. And the deeper you go into it, the stranger it becomes. So let me set the stage for you. It's the 1st of December in the year 1948. The world is still recovering from the scars of the Second World War. Tensions are rising between the United States and the Soviet Union. The Cold War is brewing in the shadows, and in the quiet coastal city of Adelaide in South Australia, people are living their ordinary post-war lives, trying to enjoy peace after so much global chaos, when suddenly something happens that will ignite one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in criminal history. The scene begins on Somerton Beach, a stretch of sand near Glenelg, where the early morning sun is rising, a neatly pressed shirt and a tie, and yet despite his sharp appearance, he has no wallet, no hat, which was odd for the era, no form of identification whatsoever. And even stranger, all the labels and tags on his clothes have been carefully cut off, as if someone had deliberately removed anything that could reveal his identity, which is the first clue that this was not an accidental or ordinary death, but perhaps something orchestrated to hide who this man really was. And the questions only multiply from here. Why was he there? How did he die? And above all, who was he? Because at that moment on the beach, the Somerton Man was a complete mystery, a blank slate, a puzzle waiting to be solved. And when the police were called, their initial thought was that maybe this was a case of heart failure, or perhaps the man had simply collapsed due to natural causes. But quickly those assumptions began to unravel. The body was transported to the city morgue, and investigators began to realize they had nothing to go on. No identification, no personal belongings, and not even a name they could write on the report, which made the man essentially a ghost in the official tags to the absence of identification, and even his body showed puzzling details. He was around 40 to 45 years old, in good physical shape, with features that gave him a somewhat European appearance, and yet despite Australia's population being heavily documented during that time, nobody recognized him. No missing person report matched his description, and no one came forward to claim him, which only deepened the sense that this was more than a local tragedy. It was a mystery of international proportions. Now, before we go further down this rabbit hole, let me remind you that if you love stories like this, cases with hidden clues, codes, and puzzles that still remain unsolved, then hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications, because this channel is dedicated to unraveling the wildest and weirdest mysteries from around the world. And I promise you, the deeper we go into the Somerton Man case, the more bizarre it gets. So stick with me. Back to the investigation. The detectives noted how unusual the man's polished shoes were, completely free of sand or wear, which didn't make sense because he had been found on the beach